Alright. 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 Change logs. 8.5, baby. 4 new units. Bunch of dungeons. Yep. I'm fucking this up. Oh, look at it. Quest? Ah. Quest. Special banner. Dungeon drop. Gogeta's here? Wait. Gogeta's here? Holy fuck. Wolf. Stark and Big 25. Please. Summon the mighty Nornish. Elemental what the hell is all this? I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue what this is. You guys haven't seen it yet, but the off-camera mining turned into like fine-ass Minecraft base. I'm sorry. You'll see it soon though. New bundles. New bundles. New bundles.
I'm done saving.
And a bunch of bug fixes. All right. W changelog. W changelog. All right. What is up? What's up, guys? That off-camera mining that I mentioned like 2 seconds ago. I'm recording this like a couple like weeks since I last recorded. I don't know how long, but I just want to show you the team I was using before this update and kind of was using during this update before certain things changed. Pretty much, I got these 2 farm guys. They just make me money, my breadwinners, if you will. And then, as you can see, I got my glorious Saiyan low-class warrior, Goku. Sure, I got him like monarched pretty like really early on when I was still doing the story mode. Let me see. I know you can check like the history on it. I think it was that long ago. Don't mind what you see here. Let me see. I got him. Oh damn. It was like a month ago. But hey, he pretty much carried me through the entire story. And then at a certain point, I did the. This guy right here is absolutely disgusting. I'm hoping to get him monarch next. Smith. He's just pretty good overall. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even worry about him. He kind of got benched for a different person. I also got Kaguya during the spring event. She's pretty good. She's really good, but she doesn't fit the squad I'm using currently. Alright, this is a voiceover. Pretty much, I keep accidentally deleting like the audio clip for this segment here. It's just me explaining how like my team would work. Pretty much, I would just place down Goku because it's like 1,000, and let him farm up some money until I get on my farm units. I'd max them out first, and then I would place down the Monkey King, and then max him out, or I would place down Kaguya after him just to pop those domains, and then I would max him out, place all 3 other clones, and then max out Goku right after to get into Vegito, and then go from there. Making this whole segment because I forgot to showcase the team before I started like all the update stuff. Some of the clips you might see like a couple units here and there that like I didn't explain, but I'll try and put it in the best order possible. Just letting you know. First thing I did was hop into the new dungeon to get the currency for the space pod. Don't worry about the Frieza. I just got him quick before going in. Small hassle, took like 2 seconds, no biggie. Also, fuck Frieza for always spawning as far as possible. Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now. Also, my friend told me that there's these like trial runs for the new characters, so I checked all of those out. And by new characters, I mean the Dragon Ball units, not that Bumba Pussy Wagon bum stuff. So I did try out all the units. Not gonna show all that here because I want to talk about each of them in depth at the end, so we're just gonna skip past all that. Afterwards, me and my friend read that all we had to do to get Gogeta was to just beat the dungeon with just 1 unit. What we didn't read was that it had to be done with Frieza only. Reading's hard sometimes, bro. Man, once I got Gogeta, I did all the other quests, requirements. I got the Eagle material for Brawly. I was so excited. The grind was finally coming to an end. I was walking up, ecstatic to get my hands on the soon-to-be-acquired new Vanguard. Met with the evil requirements of pain and despair. That shit had me on the floor tweaking, on my hands and knees. After receiving the heartbreaking news, I head back into the dungeons to slave away for my missing essences. After clawing my way out of the dungeons, I frolicked over to claim my prize. I couldn't wait to get me that new Brawly unit. I was so excited, man. I earned this, bro. I can't. I walk up, click on Vegeta, and then I click on Evo. What I'm met with, I had no paper, no money, no bitches. At this point, I didn't even care, bro. It's like stroking with a headache. But then, I had an idea. Went over to my local cabbage addict and left with 40 holder blues. Yes, sir. I know. I'm resourceful as shit. Time to get what I came for. and no animation played whatsoever. It was bugged. At this point, I don't even care anymore, bro. I'm too tired for this. Anyway, let me end this off with the team showcase so you guys know I'm going to be rocking with for the next update. Alright, here is the unit locker showcase. First things first, my farm guys. They're the farm guys. There's not really much to say. They still make me my money. First one I want to talk about, Monkey King. This guy, a king indeed, no glaze. I can't believe they made a Morals Line unit. He's absolutely disgusting. He's like the most stat padded unit based on kit alone. This clone ability, once you max them out, the clones do decent damage when they're maxed out. Let me just max this one out quick. They're all doing like 40k for me, which is pretty good. Also, I got Deadeye on them. I want to get Monarch. But they give him 50% damage and 5% range for every clone he places. He can place up to 3. So he's getting 150% damage. Like already, he's doing like over 100k with just one clone. His Soul Strike passive, pretty good. Let me just whip it out. Ignores 30% damage reduction, and then he does more damage for every percent damage reduction they have. That's just good. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. Also, here's the max damage. Disgusting. But so you got the Soul Strike passive, which is insane, right? You got the clones, already disgusting. Power of all races, yeah, he's biracial for every race. He got that. Ever since I got this guy here, we'll get to him in just a second. He's been incredible on my team. Like he's not Monarch, which is his best trait, and he's still probably like a top performer on my team. Insane. Gogeta, I'm not gonna lie to you. Early on, I was switching up on him like I thought. When I got to try him out in that little thing, his stats seemed like really low to me. Like I max him out here and it's like, oh my gosh, 40k, that's rookie numbers. Maybe I was just basking in the light of the Monkey King. But it's alright though, because I forgot one thing. Dragon Ball fans cannot read. Give everyone crit rate that's a Dragon Ball character. Well, everyone that's a fusion character. And I hope you see where I'm going with this. He's giving this guy crit rate. The Monkey King's critting for almost 100% of the time. And doing like almost double his damage. And then Gogeta takes like, what was it, half of this crit rate? Half of it and gets their crit damage. He gains half of their crit damage. The clones, forgot to mention for Monkey King, the clones don't have any of his passives, but they're still good on their own. But this guy, he just gives any fusion character crit rate. And then just like as attacks, takes some of the crit damage and adds it to his own. His main thing, and let me just tell you, right? Before this update, I had another team. I'll just show you. Right here. This team, it was just these guys. Brawly was never on the team. It was it's fucking Smith. Who cares? This team was cool and all, but it was hella expensive. Goku, he's decently cheap, but like if I wanted to like level him up and get to Vegito and then level Vegito up, I'd have to sell an arm. Upgrade Monkey King and all of his goons, both legs. Kaguya, I wouldn't even level her up. She was here for the domain. But with Gogeta, oh my god. With Gogeta, he lowers any fusion character's price by 25%. So this Goku, because he still counts as a fusion before he turns into Vegito, he costs less than 45k to max out. So I popped Vegito now. This is anywhere, by the way. You don't need to be near him. You only need to be near him for this part right here. So I just put Gogeta anywhere on the map, put down Goku somewhere, usually near the enemy, so he can start swapping to get to Vegito, and I can just drop like 43k. He's maxed out, and he's Monarch, by the way. He's doing like 130, 140k damage. You know, it changes. He can go up higher, which is still really good for that cheap. And I get Vegito like at wave like 7 or 6, hella early. But since everything's just so much cheaper, these two units get so much cheaper. It just made life so much easier. Anyway, Broly, what we fought for, who we did it for. He had a similar story to Gogeta. I'm not gonna lie. I'll admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. I thought he was not that good when I first tried him out. I was like, wow. I mean, these are pretty cool, but like, what's it even gonna do? But I figured him out way quicker. All you need to know is he's doing strings. He has built-in rupture, just off rip. And don't upgrade him until he's maxed out this little passive down here, where he gets 30% off his next upgrade. Because you can just, apparently off rip, I think people figured it out by now. But you can just, some people would just upgrade him to the next one once they max it out. And then they would be like, oh my gosh, this unit's so expensive. No, you're supposed to upgrade them all at once you have enough money. what you can do is you can just start leveling up to level 1, so he loses that 50% crit rate. Because with the other passive, when he doesn't crit, he gets 50% damage, and when he does crit, he gets 50% damage. So he'll just start doing 2 times damage if he crits and then doesn't crit. And I haven't monarched, thank the Lord. So whenever he gets both those stacks together, I don't know if I can like show it here. He'll probably get it eventually. He's doing like 80, 90k, not counting crits. He's pretty much doing like almost 100, like over 100k at level 1, which is, I don't need to say anything about that. At his peak, if you max level him, he's doing like 300, like almost 400k. Like this is just raw damage. If he had more crit rate, which, you know what, I'll show you here, why not? Also, this is his domain. This thing's insane. It buffs every unbound unit's crit rate. Let me here's the ability. I'm not gonna read all that. I ain't reading all that. Just know it's insane. Pop it at first wave. If you're doing anything that goes up to 15 waves, just pop it first chance you get. If you're playing a mode that has more than 15 waves, just pop it 15 waves before so you can get max value towards the end. But this thing gives him more crit rate for every wave that passes. And then after a certain amount of waves, he starts getting crit damage. Let me see if I can just go away. Just went away. But our Broly gets like up to 3 times crit damage at its peak. So he's pretty much doing almost like 1,000,000 damage. Don't let these numbers fool you. It's not real. But yeah, he's pretty simple overall. Just kind of place him, let him do his thing, and then towards the end, once you're ready, just max upgrade him, and then he'll do his job. It was 100% worth it. Broly's a demon on the team. He doesn't get buffed by anyone here, by the way. This is just all him. So good on him, my glorious king. Goku and Vegeta. I'm gonna place Gogeta down here because I want to show you guys something. As you know, at the start of the video, I got them monarched really early on. They kind of just carried my ass with the content. My old team was looking washed up. They never had a chance. I'm not even gonna show you what it looked like. It was that sorry. But all you need to know is these guys, absolute kings on my team. Their passives on their own are just really good, I think. To sum it up, they can cleanse themselves every time they swap. Vegeta can stack up like 40% damage for both Goku and like when they fuse into Vegeta permanently. And then whenever he swaps back into Goku, Goku just gets 50% damage just for 40 seconds whenever he shows up. And they every time they both switch, they either slow or stun. And they also have separate actives when they're maxed out. Goku gets the Spirit Bomb. It takes like 3 whole minutes to max out because when you click it, it just switches from, actually let me turn on this auto thing so I can actually properly show this. This thing takes like 3 minutes to max out, but it does 1,000% damage. You know who also does 1,000% damage when it's maxed out? Kaguya, but there's no charge time. But guess what? The difference between him and Kaguya, he can just repop it every single time. So unless you're doing like a normal mode that has like 15 waves, like if you're doing a raid or something with like infinite waves, this is your guy. This Spirit Bomb, this bomb, Hydrogen Bomb, it's never failed me. I even use it to help me farm in the Frieza dungeon if Frieza decides to camp near spawn. Vegeta's active is the fusion. And with Vegeta, you gotta swap 13 times in order to get into Vegito. But it sounds like a lot because usually it takes like 4 attacks for them to swap. But I got a familiar that makes it so that they pretty much only take 2 attacks to get those max swaps. So now we have the fusion. Now, first things first, I don't know why people don't put Vegito on a tier list. So easy to get, and he's absolutely disgusting. He's easily like my best unit outside of Broly. Strongest fusion. This is the moneymaker. He gets double damage for 40 seconds. 40 whole seconds. Just double damage. Right now, you see how much damage he's doing? 165k? He was doing double that. I'm pretty sure, like a couple seconds ago. I wasn't paying attention. But then after, it's not even over, because he just keeps a permanent 20% damage. And don't forget, Vegeta's damage stacking also applies to this guy. So if he had 40%, this guy would come in with 160% damage. But after 40 seconds, he attacks quicker, 20%, and gets 20% more range. Ignores enemy dodge chance. He's attacking, was it 3.8 seconds? 4 seconds? That's fast as hell. For that range and that damage, fast as hell. And also, since, you know, he's a fusion, he gets crit buffs by his little friend here. Vegito was like my trump card. He still is. I pull him out when I think I need that extra juice, or if the stage just has some goofy ass modifiers, like dodge chance, or some kind of like stun thing. Like he's like prime LeBron, but like still prime. He's like LeBron if he was immortal. And honorable mention to Astolfo on the bench. I usually whip him out for like longer game modes that have like more than 15 waves. But outside of that, that about wraps it up. This is the team I was using for 8.5 after I got them all. This is what I'll use for the next update once it comes out. You can expect a video on that. When? Anyway, I might bounce around some other games in the meantime, so if you have any suggestions and they look pretty fun, I might play it. I still don't have an outro, so like that's about it. See ya.